Hello, this is Stuart Seipel. I'm the music director at St. Mary Star of the Sea and Holy Savior Church in Ocean City, Maryland. This is a tutorial to help learn the English of Ubi Caritas, the original chant, Ubi Caritas et Amor. This appears as number 483 in the Breaking Bread hymnal of OCP. So this is the English translation that OCP uses. So depending on your hymnal, you may have some different words for this. So first, let me play through the refrain. Alrighty, listen to that again, and I have a copy of the hymnal version up on the screen for you. It's pretty much stepwise motion. A couple things to point out as you're listening, where we have the slur marking there, or the phrasing marking. That just means that the word is going to get two notes to that syllable. So the word find is going to have two notes. Similarly, love. Now again, over the word love, you have a tenuto marking there, which means you hold that note out just a little bit longer. It's hard to quantify it. It has a certain feeling. And you also see the vertical line, the short vertical line right after that. That's a breath marking so that you can take a breath at that point in the phrase. So once again, listen and follow along. So if we add the words to that, we have, we will find God where we find love and true charity. Listen to that one more time. We will find God where we find love and true charity. Now, the verses in English, they put below the three verses in Latin, so it's a little difficult to line that up with the music. So let's go through this music. It's very, very similar. The beginning of the verse is basically identical to the refrain, except for one note. And here's only two notes. This is the difference there. And the second phrase of the verse is that exact same music. So as I mentioned to my choir, once you learn the refrain, the rest of it comes together fairly quickly. Now, the second half of the verse, we have some changes here, and we do have a couple skips and leaps. So we go up, and then we skip down, and we skip down again. Now, that's a big leap, right? The leap of the fifth. And that's something I teach my singers to be aware of. That's a very common leap, especially when you talk about Gregorian chant and Gregorian melodies. So there we finish by stepping. Now, the final phrase is exactly like that. Now here they add a note and another one. So the ending is a little bit different. So let's again look at this. So the first phrase, gathered here, called by the great love of Jesus Christ. Then the second part of that phrase, Let us all sing, let us cry out with thankfulness. Now, they give you that breath mark there, and in that first verse, as you can tell, there really isn't a comma there in the English text. So, depending on what your choir director would like, you could break with the commas as in the English text, or continue to break at that breath mark that is in the melodic notation from the original chant. In that case, you would have, if you follow the English, gathered here, called by the great love of Jesus Christ. It's a little hard to get through that whole phrase without a break there. Similarly, the other one would be, let us all sing, let us cry out with thankfulness. So that depends on how your choir director would like to treat that. Now let's go into the third phrase. Here's where the music changes. Now in these last two phrases, they did not bring the breath mark over from the chant. So again, it's trying to find a place in the phrase which would be best to break. So with the text, let every heart now become one with Christ the Lord. That's one place you could break. It's not perfect. The other option would be after heart. Let every heart now become one with Christ the Lord. So that would be another option. And then we go on to that last phrase, which is exactly like the previous one except for the ending. So this with the text would be, who daily calls us to true love and true service. Again, that is one option for a breath. The other would probably be after us, but then you end on an S, which is not a very good consonant. In that case, it would be, who daily calls us to true love and true service. For right now, I think it's just easy enough to use the breath marking in the chant and then continue that at the obvious spots there in the third and fourth line. The next consideration, if you want to talk about working on the phrasing as far as the English is concerned, that's sort of the next level, what I call the next level in hymn singing. That's a little bit more advanced. For this is just a basic, getting the notes, getting the words together. So if we were to sing this as a hymn, you would get some sort of introduction. And I'll just be playing the melody line with you. We will find God where we find love and true charity. Then we go to verse 1. Gathered here, called by the great love of Jesus Christ. Let us all sing, let us cry out with thankfulness. Let every heart now become one with Christ the Lord, who daily calls us to true love and true service. We will find God where we find love and true charity. Gathered here all in this one place, let us recall Jesus' prayer said for the whole world. May they be one. Let all divisions in all lands be quickly healed. May all at last find the true path of peace for all. And we go back. We will find God where we find love and true charity. Then verse 3, gathered here, dare we become one with all the saints, that we all may stand before God, our heart's desire, before the God who with great care leads us to life, who calls us all to become one in love. Amen. We will find God where we find love and true charity. So I hope this helps you learning the English version in the OCP hymnals of the Ubi Caritas, We Will Find God.